Hi.
Hey there.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back
To the Smut Couch.
Period. I'm Maddy.
I'm Alexandros.
Also, hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Because
Hi,
apparently
everyone.
a lot of people we don't know are watching this, and that's exciting.
Hi, people we've never met before.
That one person in Estonia. What's up?
Okay.
Hey.
Hi, Australia.
Hi, Germany.
Hi, the UK. Hi, Poland.
Poland.
Mexico.
What's up? Everyone, honestly, thank you for tuning on in, and I hope you continue to do so. That's exciting.
I'm so glad you guys love reading all of this stuff the same way we do.
Mm-hmm. And that's why we're excited to talk today about not one book in particular, but a whole expanded universe.
Period.
The Sarah J Maas extended universe.
Yes. Iconic.
All the couple ships and everything will be going over today and ranking them.
Period.
Scale of 1 to 10. Yeah.
That's what you meant by ranking.
Yeah, 1 to 10. Yeah.
Okay, that's not ranking. That's scoring.
That's score. Oh, is that scoring?
Yeah,
Oh,
the whole
okay.
time I was on a different page,
You were
but now I
thinking,
understand.
Like tier list or something?
Yes.
Oh, my bad.
That's why I was confused.
You're like, that's just a list you send me. Hold on.
Yes. Okay, I get what you're saying now.
Gotcha.
Period.
Be exciting then.
Mm-hmm. If you're mad, stay mad.
Please be mad.
Period.
It's good for content.
Yeah, but also let us know your fave.
Absolutely.
Ships.
So
It's fun.
what we'll be doing today is going through all of the Throne of Glass series and all the couples that appear in there, then moving on down to A Court of Thorns and Roses in that series, ending with Crescent City and their couples in there.
In anticipation for number 3.
Ooh, coming out this year.
Well, yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Period.
By the time you see this year.
Period. Okay.
All right. Should we get started then?
Sure.
Are you excited?
Yes. Alexandros made this list. If you feel wacky about some of them, just know it's not my
It's the ones that I could remember. Yeah.
It's all on him.
It's all my fault.
Period.
I'll take the blame for it.
Okay, so you just want to go down the list?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we'll start with the Throne of Glass book series, which is the first series that Sarah J Maas wrote. She was 16.
That is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sarah, work. But I mean, I think it shows in the first book particularly, but like that she wrote it so young.
Mhm.
However, like, oh, they're so good.
What I like to say when I'm like pitching Throne of Glass to people
Yeah.
is that it's so cool. She wrote it when she was 16, which is one of the coolest things about this
It's
book.
amazing.
One of the worst things about this book is that it was written by a 16-year-old, though.
Right.
So, you know.
But I think the books grow with her.
They
though.
absolutely do, and they get so much better.
Like Kingdom of Ash, by the time I got to Kingdom of Ash,
Mm-hmm.
oh!
So good.
I
agree.
I think that Throne of Glass is my favorite.
It's your favorite out of all of them?
Mhm.
Okay, see, I think Crescent City is my favorite world.
That's
out of all
kind of
them.
wild.
I know, Zootopia fanfiction is my favorite world. Yeah, if no one knew about that, I'm very sorry to have burst your bubble about Crescent City.
Yeah, it does give Zootopia.
It is Zootopia fanfiction. She got the inspired to write Crescent City when she was watching Zootopia with her kids, I think.
Wait, what?
That's like real. Yeah,
I thought you
Judy
were just
Hopps is
saying
Hun
that.
Athalar. Bryce Quinlan is Nick Wilde.
Oh.
Tell me that there's a difference there. There's not. It's exactly the
Oh.
same.
I'm
One has
kinda
wings.
scared. Wings instead of ears.
Wings instead of ears. Well, he's got ears too.
Well, yes, but bunny ears.
Oh, gotcha.
Work. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. All right. But back to
Anyways,
Throne of Glass.
Yeah, Throne
then.
of Glass.
All right. We're going to be starting off with the first couple that kind of appears a little bit with Dorian and Selena.
Period.
So,
Okay, work. Go
Mhm.
ahead.
yeah.
have any
So
thoughts
this
there?
was not like a super big one because it was so early on and there's nothing really going on. So I could just have this
Right.
one as like a 6 out of 10. Because like I liked
Yeah.
this couple. They were
Period.
cute and I love Dorian. So
I love Dorian too. Yeah, I'll give them like a, because I feel like as any kind of SJM goes, the couples that happen throughout before like the
the one. Yeah.
you still kind of live.
Mm-hmm.
You
You're
know
still
what I
kind of like,
mean?
all right, that's an okay one.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all are both cute.
Except for a second one, which we'll be getting to, which I do not stand.
Yeah, I know you don't stand. So I'm gonna give this one, yeah, like maybe a 6.
It's giving like high school sweethearts.
Yeah, like
type of-
cute vibes.
Yeah, like all right.
And
yeah.
in the end, you know, they still care for each
Mhm,
other.
yeah, like definitely
Period.
amicable. They're besties throughout the series too,
Yeah, I live.
and it's sweet.
And they both go through the ringer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Not too much to
deal.
say about that one because it doesn't last very long.
right, but work.
But it happens. Then we get to Crown of Midnight with the next couple on this list with my least favorite character of all time, simply because
Of all time.
he's so boring. He's just uncooked bread the entire time.
Okay, say who you're talking about.
We're talking about Kale and Selena, the
I don't
captain
think
of the
it's-
guard.
I don't think it's fair to say that he's uncooked bread
He
because that
feels
guy
like that.
also goes through it.
He goes
And
through
he
it,
has
but
such in Tower of Dawn, he has such a slay
He's
like
still my
arc.
least favorite arc in that entire book.
Okay.
I'll take Irene and Nezrin over Kale any day of the week.
I mean, period.
Thank God I did the tandem read with Empire
Right, I
Storms.
couldn't have not done that.
See, that's what I mean. Even
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God, Kale's great. See, what do you do with uncooked bread? You put it in the toaster. And he definitely gets put into a toaster for a little bit. So, and then he's like, just kind of stale toast later on.
Okay. I mean,
He's tolerable.
Yeah. He's also a little too like brooding serious
Mm-hmm.
in a way where there's like, it's like you almost don't have the right to be as brooding and serious as
Right?
like Rowan. However, you're not as like fun as like Dorian.
His brooding is like boring. It's not hot. Most
Yeah, it's
characters,
like-
when they're like brooding and like alpha male, like, ooh. it's
Especially when he was brooding before like what happened to him. Because then it's like
yeah.
kind of get over yourself.
Then it's like, okay, yeah, you're going through it right now, but you also kind of put yourself in this situation, which we'll cover in a second.
okay, work.
But-
Yeah, I'm gonna give them
Yeah,
like a 3.
they're a 3 for me, just because
Yeah.
like they're
Flopperella
definitely she was
vibes.
rebounding after Dorian. That's
Right.
what I feel about it.
Yeah,
'cause
but he
Dorian
also
is my
made her
number
feel
1.
safe.
She's tougher than him though.
Yeah, that's true.
She can do. For
she can lay
starters,
him out.
he was swinging way out of his league right there with Selena. There's not a
True.
chance.
Well,
And
I love the confidence.
there was never any thought in my head that it was Endgame at all. Like, and
No.
she was really trying to sell it in this book. Like, oh my God, he's so great. I was like,
Yeah.
I just, okay,
Yeah.
can we get to this Rowan guy that I've been reading about on Instagram?
Yeah. Yeah. Period.
Okay.
Next.
I wrote
This
Sam.
is fake of you.
This is fake of me?
Yes. He's a fake SJM stan.
I am. I haven't read Assassin's Blade because the idea of going back after reading Heir of Fire and everything, back right when the plot was finally starting to pick up,
Ugh.
it made me want to blow my brain.
But I loved it because that's how you learn about is it Irene?
Irene, yeah.
But Sam.
I from all the callbacks and mentions of him, I do know that it's a very sweet story, and like I read the synopsis of it
It's very
just
sweet.
to, and so for that reason, I'm giving this an 8 out of 10 because it's a tragic,
Whoa,
it's a
that's
tragic
high.
tale of like
is.
them trying to escape together. I love the Arobin like storyline of like him being the king of assassins, and,
period.
like kind of like manipulating them against each other the whole
Right.
time. So
You're-
because of that tragic ending, I got to give it an 8 out of 10. I think.
That's a good one. Yeah, I'll give them
Mhm.
like, yeah, that's a good answer.
And that
8.
artwork of like her crying over his spoilers,
Oh.
dead body, and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
This
yeah.
whole thing is gonna be spoilers. If you guys are shocked,
Oh
that's
yeah,
on you.
whoopsies, yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful. I did sob reading that book
Mhm.
because it's so sad and they're so young.
I just think knowing how it ends, reading it, I just wouldn't have cared about Sam. So just reading the synopsis
Right.
had it be more impactful for me.
Okay, work. Interesting vibes.
All
Um,
right,
Okay, on to the one.
this is yours.
Okay, Rowan and Aelin. I
Heir
do
of Fire.
stand.
Mhm.
I think I also feel seen by Miss Aelin. Fire breathing bitch queen.
Ooh.
Okay. Hi Aries. I stan them. The way but wait, you talk about
Yeah.
what you said earlier was
Yeah,
hilarious.
so I knew from the second they first met when he just decks her in the face, like right hook immediately. No, it's
And
not
you
a
know what?
slap. He punches her.
And she kind of deserved it. Okay, but it's not
Well,
scary.
hey,
Anyone who
whoa,
doesn't know what we're
hey.
talking about. But that's when they're also not together. It's not like that. If that sounded
no,
scary.
no.
If that sounded scary, it's not like that. Okay, it's enemies to lovers.
Just a little bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does it because she's kind of being the worst for a
Right.
little bit.
That's that's the book where she's like opens with her like laying on the
like drunk
roof
on a
of
ceiling. Yeah. a
Yeah.
roof,
And I'm like, girl, valid. You've been through a lot. However, let's figure it out.
Pick it up. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this plot here. What are
Yeah.
these necklaces for? That's where we're at with like the
Oh my
plot. Yeah.
gosh. Yes.
So I think this is Rowan with long hair too in Heir of Fire.
Yeah, hot.
And it's everyone is supporting the long hair. I think he gets significantly hotter once he cuts that way
period.
short.
But also
and,
like
the tattoo and everything.
it's the Daemon Targaryen of it all.
There he is right up there.
Like work. He's gorge. No,
He's
I'm a
very
Rowan
handsome.
stan.
Yeah. He's like, what is he, 6.5 feet tall too? Sarah J Maas, when you were writing this first series, you had your men crazy tall.
Yeah. Oh
Crazy.
yeah.
We haven't even gotten
How-
to Lorcan yet.
How
but,
tall
like,
is that guy?
He's 6'9". Like at least.
Well,
I think.
yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well,
Nice.
yes.
Come on. They're playing for the wrong, courts and stuff like that. Get them in the NBA right now.
Okay,
These-
not the NBA. Hi, straight man.
What?
Hi, Kobe.
Come on.
I know work.
He's 6'9".
Period.
He's serving an evil queen. Like, get him out of
Yeah,
here.
work. But Rowan and Aelin, I think they're my favorite.
Mhm.
They're my favorite because I was just telling Alexandros this. I think about the scene when she's like trapped in the coffin and he's like trying to find her. It's beautiful.
That whole sequence in Kingdom of Ash
Period.
is why I recommend this series to everyone because it's so good. You know?
No, I live. And then I'm just happy they got their happily ever after.
They did, yeah. Rowan with his first mate that was like a deception too. Yeah,
yeah, that's devastating.
I forget her name right now.
Oh, I
like
couldn't tell you.
Lore or something like that. You know, so he's all depressed when they first meet too, because like he thinks he's lost his mate, but he was just deceived into thinking that was his mate.
Yeah,
she died. So now
Maeve,
the bitch herself,
is
like manipulating him into her service.
Period. I actually wrote down my favorite Rowan quotes.
Oh, go for it.
Because I do stand. Okay, here we go. This is from. Wait, which one? Okay, Empire of Storms. I love you. There is no limit to what I can give to you. No time I need. Even when this world is a forgotten whisper of dust between the stars, I will love you. Girl.
It's good.
Okay, and then from Tower of Dawn. This is what Kale says about them. Aelin frightens everyone, but not him. I think that's why she fell in love with him against her best intentions. Rowan beheld all Aelin was and is, and he was not afraid.
He was not.
Also points to Kale for like seeing that.
That's where like you can finally start liking Kale in his book, because every point, 6 books beforehand, you're just like,
yeah, whiny.
This guy.
But then there he ate with that.
Okay. No, I liked him in his own book, but like he was still my least favorite part of his own book, if that makes sense.
Okay, and the last one I have is to whatever end she breathed. Rowan followed her as he had his entire life, long before they had ever met, before their souls had sparked into existence. To whatever end, Fireheart.
Ooh. No, they're a great couple, and like I love powerful couples too.
Oh yeah.
For me, once again, they're like an 8 out of 10 for me, just because they're not my favorite one in the whole series, but I like them a lot.
That made me feel real pain in my heart.
I'll go up to 8.5 or a 9 for you, just because you're pitching it so much. So I'll adjust to go to a 9 because you reminded me of those quotes. But prior I had an 8 out of 10, but I forgot about those quotes, so I can move up to a 9.
Okay,
out of 10 as being like. Also, I just love those face tats that he's got going on. The runes going on.
Face tats on nobody else but these SJM men. You know what I'm saying?
Also, just like, runes and like cool, interesting patterns going down his neck.
I think it's also the like Draco Malfoy of it all, kind of too.
Oh,
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with like the runes in his back right there,
and the white hair, like period. No, I'm a Rowan stan. Also, I think something that SJM does very well is, which I think we'll talk about more when we get to ACOTAR, is like the men, like in that quote, aren't scared of their like slay strong women, and they let them when they finally find their like true mate or whatever, it's the people who let them be who they are.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's one of the reasons why I got to save my 10 out of 10s for the ones I feel are 10 out of 10, which we'll get to those.
Okay, period.
Very
this is my
soon.
10 out of 10.
But
they're my Roman Empire. Rowan Empire, if you will.
The Rowan Empire. I like that. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Now that I'm all
that reminds me, they were biting each other a lot too in this.
Hell yeah.
She was into like some blood play, like when she was young. I'm glad she moved away from that, like as the later books went on. I don't know how much more of that I could have taken.
Yana, but I stand.
But vampires were big for a while.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next.
This was not one that I support in any shape or form, but because they were technically betrothed for a brief moment, I have Adian and Aelin. The cousins.
Hi, cousins.
Yeah.
Hi, incest.
I have this at a 2 out of 10.
Yeah, 2. That's scary stuff.
I have it, not lower than that because like there was like a need for it at one point, like maybe like for alliances or something. I don't know, like specifically, like I don't remember it too well, but I remember there was like some point to it. But we don't really stand this. Weird. They're kind of just Yeah, it's.
But I love them both.
Yeah, we like them both, but not like that.
Not together. Okay, then we have Kale and Nesrin.
Yes. So Nesrin was his like lieutenant. Yeah, she was the one from the South Kingdom and stuff like that. Right. With the Khan, was that what he was called?
I don't know.
I can't remember what the king of that place was.
If you think I can remember this?
No, I can't. Oh my god, I can't remember the exact words either.
I don't. First of all, I don't remember it.
Yeah, it was kind of Kale's rebound after Aelin.
Oh, I do remember.
And like he kind of strung her along. So this is a 4 out of 10 for me of just like
kind of flopping.
Whatever.
I'm giving her a 3 because
cool.
I didn't remember. Yeah. Not her, the couple.
Yeah, no, but she's cool. She's cool. Archer, baddie, and she has more personality than Kale. And like,
well, anyone does.
Thank you. See, you go off defending him, but then every time I shit on this guy, you're like,
I'm not saying he has a personality. I'm saying
he doesn't deserve the hate
as much.
Okay.
Period. But no, it is giving white bread.
Okay. Period. That's all I needed to hear.
Right. Okay. And
next up, Dorian and Sorsha, his first little love after Aelin.
Oh, she's the one.
Yeah, Sorsha is the one that was like the healer who like hid his magic prowess.
Oh, I loved her.
She was so cute, right? Sweet. They were a sweet couple. 5 out of 10.
Moment.
I never thought they were gonna last. Yeah. She gets bodied so quickly.
Yeah, I'll give them a 6 just because in her name, R.I.P. girl.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P. girl.
And it's gets killed by that. And then the reason why I like this couple like at a 5 out of 10 is because Dorian just gets so much hotter after this point once his life falls apart.
That is what it takes, right?
He gets that necklace wrapped around his neck and everything, and then just gets brainwashed.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
No, yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I love my favorite characters never happy. I tear their lives apart.
Right, I
make them
miserable.
Suffer.
Period.
Kill his family. Yes.
Well, yes. No, I live for Dorian.
So he just kind of lives in that black abyss for a while, kind of suffering in agony about her death. The Valg that's possessing him now is like taunting him, like, haha,
so sad.
You couldn't save her, blah, blah, blah.
Poor guy.
And
but I live for the suffering.
Tragic.
Sorry.
So
because what comes out of it, that's why I live.
And you know what? I kind of want to skip to what comes out of it right now.
Okay, period.
This is my Roaelin empire right here.
Okay, no, fully understandable.
Dorian and Manon. Because apparently it's pronounced
Manon.
I pronounce it Manon, but apparently it's pronounced Manon. Officially.
Okay, Manon.
I'm going to be saying Manon, though, because that's how I read it.
Yeah, period.
Dorian and Manon.
Girl. That's a good one right there.
I am so jaw-dropped gagged at them.
Okay, gagged.
Because it's, the first time they meet, Manon, for those of you who remember, is the one with the wyvern Abraxas. Who's a witch with, the metal claws, metal teeth that like retract and everything.
Right.
Goth mommy to the max.
Goth mommy
Goth muscle mommy to the max. Too.
Yes,
she's hitting all my criteria right now for me being a simp. And
she's everything.
She's honestly the reason why I kept reading Throne of Glass, because like her chapters are so interesting, and I was so like, ooh, what's going on here?
She's one where at first I was like, girl, let's get back to Aelin. Let's get back to it like at the beginning, because you're kind of I have no idea what's going on.
No, she was taming wyverns. I was like, I gotta keep reading this.
Right, but it's such a departure from what you're like,
it's out of nowhere.
And so you're like, girl, what? I don't have time to remember all of this. But then you're like, yes! And then it's
it's just How to Train Your Dragon subplot. It's great.
Well, and we do stand. No, but her ending too is so devastating with the 13.
Yeah.
R.I.P. 13.
Oof.
Love y'all.
Like I said, I love my characters sad. But
and boy, ain't she.
Their first meeting where she asks him, if I cut you open, what color would you bleed? And for those of you who don't remember, when you're possessed by a Valg, you bleed black blood instead of red.
Right.
And he takes over control of his body to turn on that Riz real quick and be like,
only
I'll
Dorian
bleed
can.
Whatever color you want me to.
Men, take notes.
I like to think I would have said the same thing.
Okay.
I would not correct.
Rachel, I need to know your answer to that.
I would not have had the Riz with it. I would have been like begging, like, please tell me what color to bleed.
Right.
Please. That's the kind of Riz I would have had. Just the on all fours begging for her to tell me what to bleed.
With her,
and
absolutely.
It's like, I know that she like usually will like be a spider and like kill like the men after. She's like, all right, I've had my fun, blah, 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 bye. And it's like, so what are you thinking about after? I'm like, first, there's a before though. Hold on.
Period. Okay, so what's your score for them?
100 out of 10.
Period.
1,000, a million out of 10.
No, it's so good.
Their first like official togetherness, Daddy Phantom Hands, when she's like, a prisoner on the ship, and he just doesn't touch. He just uses his magic to like use those hands. Okay, that's where I think Sarah J Maas finally started to be like, I can do some fun stuff with this. Hold on a second. What if we
fun stuff.
What if we made them hot?
And boy, didn't
As
she.
opposed to just, ooh, they're cute. No, they're hot now.
Period.
They are.
I live.
And I love every aspect of that so much.
Period. Okay, so they're your moment.
I'm going to keep going back to them, I think.
Okay, do we want to go?
Oh my God.
Not the barking. Okay, and then do we want to go to Lorcan? And
yes.
Is it Elide?
I think it's Elide. Yeah, Elide.
Sarah, girl, give us a pronunciation.
She does, but I'd never looked at it. You know, so I was like, okay.
I guess I forgot. No, I love them.
So Lorcan did.
What?
So Lorcan did.
Okay, refresh my memory.
Okay, so she wants him.
Your memory's
show
crazy.
her. This was like the iconic thing. Oh my God, how are you?
Girl, I read this 2 years ago.
Oh, okay, that's why then. When Elide finally like forgives Lorcan for all the things that he's been doing in the past, you know, 6'9" shadow daddy. You always got to have a shadow daddy in every book. If it's not Sarah J Maas without a shadow daddy.
Well, yes.
And you know, he was still kind of working for Maeve, and like she's been pissed at him.
Oh,
all this stuff. And then when she finally forgives him and like wants him to show her everything, wink, wink. Finally. And so Lorcan did.
And so he did.
And the whole meme about this is, what did he do? Sarah, what did he do?
Sarah, we don't close doors with your books. We need to know.
Come on. You don't fade to black. You don't fade to black.
No. And if that's your thing, work. That's not what I wanted here.
No. You don't get to do all that and then fade to black. That's not okay. You don't get to have your book series written the way they are and then all of a sudden fade to black out of nowhere. What?
Right.
What?
This
Nesta's out here grabbing headboards, but Elide fades to black? Absolutely not.
No, these are definitely her like high YA, high more not as spicy.
I know, but I gotta know what this man did.
Tell us.
Just for taking notes purposes. Apparently, like it's phenomenal. So I'm like, how you do that?
Not taking notes. High study. I just also think for them, it doesn't he like. For me, when I read books, first of all, kind of I close a page and I forget everything. I only remember vibes of moments. Do you know what I'm saying? But there's a part where they're like running from something and doesn't something like blast or some magic thing happens and he like covers her.
Yes.
Yes, I remember. And they're like, because they're journeying alone for a while and he's protecting her, right?
Yes, that's kind of it because like they're working together because she's like lying about who she is and like because she has to get to Aelin.
Yes. Oh, I stand. No, I love Lorcan and Elide.
They drop down for me simply because of how many times he cuts up his shirt for her cycles, as is constantly mentioned in the series.
How many shirts does this man have?
Too many. Well, he's got a long shirt because he's so like tall and everything, but I'm picturing this guy just in a crop top at this point. Based on how many times, like anytime it's from Elida's POV, it's just like he cut up more shirt strips for me. All right,
and I'm
just sitting there like, girl, how long has this been lasting? Hold
That's
on.
crazy.
Your period's still going on? This has been like 3 months straight at this point.
Well, aren't they journeying for a while?
I know, but like she's also mentioning it's like it's way too much.
Oh, no, poor girl.
He's doing it also to like get forgiveness from her too.
Oh, I see. Yeah, girl, I don't remember. I don't know how you remember all this.
Dude,
you're a vault.
I only remember non-important smut facts. That's it. The rest out the window.
Period. No, I live. Okay,
and
so
the fitness gram pacer test. Word for word.
Wait, what is your score for them?
I have them at a 7 out of 10.
I'm gonna go with that.
It's solid. Lorcan is just kind of not my favorite. I kind of like the way Elide whips him into shape a little bit and kind of like, you know. Yeah.
Because he's like real stoic, real.
He's all ooh.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Brooding.
He's like real brooding.
He does brooding better than Kale does.
Right. But almost sometimes it's like, don't brood too much. I need a personality.
Yeah.
Not that he doesn't have one, but his personality is brooding.
All right. 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, period. I concur with that.
Moving on, we get to all the Tower of Dawn couples now. The Kale's book.
Okay, so first Kale and Irene.
I always say Irene, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
Here's the thing. I stand a woman who puts her man in his place.
I love Irene so much that this has she raises my opinion of Kale.
Great.
Yeah. So I have them at an 8 out of 10.
Period. I will have them at like a 7.
You'll have them at a 7 as well?
Yeah.
Just because I liked Irene so much with her like unique healing abilities and like how their relationship kind of becomes symbiotic and like codependent of like he needs her to walk again. it's kind of nice. Oh yeah, so
No!
he loses his ability to walk in
Yeah.
one of the earlier books, which makes him even more boring. But at least his brooding is like warranted then.
That was crazy of you to say.
Well, he loses his ability to walk. He does. He's in a wheelchair the entire book.
But that becomes his strength because he perseveres.
Yeah.
And she doesn't. I live for her. Yeah, that's where they ring for me. Okay, and
Next,
then
Nesrin and Sartok. Yeah.
This girl, I couldn't tell you. I don't remember them at all.
You don't remember them at all?
No.
You know,
I kind of do vaguely because this is the book. All I remember with Tower of Dawn really is Nesrin whipping Kill into shape, or Irene, I mean, and also the spiders. That's all I recall.
This is where the spiders is with Nesrin and Sartok, though. Is the thing.
Oh yeah,
they,
that's when they're off on their side
quest. You find out Maeve is a Valg queen and stuff like that. You know, I like them as
is he
a
like a prince or something?
He is a prince. He's the son of the their emperor. I can't remember. It starts something that starts with a K. I can't remember it right now. Tell us in the comments if you remember it.
Right. Okay, I recall. He's a cute. Is he cute?
And he becomes the successor as well. Too. Yeah, he rides the griffins and stuff.
Yes.
Yes, the griffin rider. I think.
All coming back.
Hold on, they're not griffins. They're eagles. Yeah.
Slay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give them because I don't really recall. A 6.
Yeah, they're a 6 for me as well, just because they're kind of there, and it's cute. It's nice that Nesrin gets something.
Yeah.
But honestly, I kind of wanted, since I was doing the tandem read, I only wanted to get back to Empire of Storms the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I very much enjoyed.
I like them side by side, but if I had to read just Tower of Dawn,
that'd be a moment. Okay.
Next, Adian and Lysandra, the shape-shifting.
No, I live for them.
I like them a lot.
Doesn't she shape-shifts into what, like a leopard or something?
She like a leopard bear or something like that. Some massive
leopard.
No, I live. She does a dragon at one point, like a sea dragon.
Oh, that part is that part is so
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yes, I live.
There's a part that I want to talk about where they think Aelin might be dead, so they have Lysandra shapeshifting into Aelin for a while.
Yes.
To lead the armies, and they're concerned that if that is how it stays, or like if Aelin's gonna die with their way to defeat the Valg, then she's gonna have to stay in as the queen and stuff like that. And Rowan's gonna pretend, and they're gonna have to stay as a couple and stuff like that. And then Adian was gonna have to ensure that, like, you know, the phenotypes passed on correctly, and she was gonna like look like an Aelin's kid,
right?
That he was gonna have to be the one to sleep with Lysandra while she looked like Aelin. This was like a weird plot that they had to. That's why I also had the Aelin Adian ship in there too earlier, because some people were supporting it. So it was intense, and like they were in it for the long road together.
Yeah.
And Adian's kind of a dick at some points, but I have them at a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I like that score. I'll give them a 7 too.
And then
I love Lysandra.
Yeah, she's a really interesting character. I love how when she kills Arobin and stuff like that, you know, she slits his throat after sleeping next to him.
She better work.
The only note I had was I kind of wanted to see more of Arobin because he was such a creepy guy, like grooming and like disgusting, that I was like, I'm interested to see more.
Yeah, period. I like it. Okay.
And then my next one's just a silly little fun one that I wrote down because there's a lot of fan art out there.
Oh yeah, to be honest, I didn't know what this meant.
Okay. Aelin and her cadre, which is like Fenris, Rowan, Adian, Gavriel, Lorcan, like basically all the Fae males that she has like around her as a harem.
Well, work.
Essentially just, you know, her being, you know, the boss queen, getting all the boys.
Period.
There's some art out there. That's all I'll say.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's lots of art out there.
I stumbled upon it, yeah.
You stumbled.
Just scrolling through Instagram, you know, and the algorithm knows me well.
Period.
So that's it. That's all I'll say. I'll say that is a 10 out of 10.
Okay, 10.
Just for fun vibes. Yeah.
I'll join you with that. 10 out of 10. Period. That concludes Throne of Glass.
That's Throne of Glass for you.
Period.
If we missed any, feel free to let us know.
Yes.
Because that's the main ones that I could remember at least.
I live. Okay, good job. Now moving on
to A Court of Thorns and Roses and all their ships. You know, ACOTAR was the first thing that like plummeted me into my smut journey.
Me too.
The first one, yeah.
It's one of the first things I read because I started reading again a lot during the pandemic. I think like a lot of people, and it's one of the first things that like really got me back into it.
Yeah,
I read it 2020, so it's a long time ago. But I'm rereading it now.
Yeah,
I love it.
This got me like rereading things again. It got me into Dramione. It got me it
opens
an endless
the doors.
spiral.
I think this is the gateway.
It's a gateway drug.
Yes. This is the gateway drug for smut, I think.
Absolutely.
And also it's what Alexandros has like a beat up copy of ACOTAR that he like throws around to everybody.
At work, yes. One person still hasn't given it back to me. You know who you are. Give it back.
Wait, who is it?
No, it's all right.
Okay. I want to know.
She knows who she is.
Period.
Right.
Oh, is it who I think it is?
Probably, yeah.
Work. Okay, so should we start number
There's no
one?
hate there, by the way.
No, all
It's
love.
funny.
We live. It's the Sisterhood of the Traveling ACOTAR.
I probably need a new one. This one's getting kind of nasty.
No, it's beat up, you guys. I live.
All right. First up, we have Feyre and Tamlin. Okay, so
Don't start yelling yet.
there's a lot. I'm not a Tamlin apologist, but I am a Tamlin forgivenist.
Okay.
Like,
okay. No, I understand.
mm-hmm.
I literally just finished ACOTAR like 2 days ago, and I'm halfway through A Court of Mist and Fury currently.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot deny that during ACOTAR, you're like kind of like you live.
Hey there with your little
Hi, Matt.
Party City mask. What's
Hi,
up?
Phantom of the Opera. Like you do kind of live.
She had us gagged for a man playing the fiddle.
No, she did.
And people like to forget that. People like to act like, no, Tamlin has been disgusting from the beginning. No,
you
come on.
kind of live.
They were swimming and frolicking in that pond together, and we were like, ooh,
when they're in
Tamlin.
the field, Miss Thing was down bad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did he make
blew it.
he blew it hardcore?
Yeah.
Okay, hardcore. But I did kind of live for him at the beginning a little bit.
So taking that into account, what do you have them at?
I'm gonna give them a 5.
You're putting them at a 5. This is
because of what happens later.
Yeah, this is really controversial
I'm so
for what I'm
scared
about
for
to
what
say.
you're about to say.
This is probably a 6.5 or a
it's
7
not as-
out of 10.
7 is kind of crazy.
I know, but that's why I'm like 6.5, just because of everything that happens later, but because of like how tortured this poor man is, and he deserves everything, and it's up to him to get himself out of this rut. I'm not disputing that, but I do think he made tough decisions along the way, and it was all to protect Feyre later on, even though she didn't need that protection. He was suffocating her.
Right.
He didn't evolve with her, you know?
You can understand. And also, he's had such a rough go at it.
Mhm.
And like
That's
his
what I mean.
court has had such a rough go at it that you can understand why he's like suffocating her a little bit. I mean, you're like, it's not valid. And he literally kind of imprisons her, which is spooky, scary skeleton.
Yeah.
However, like I do kind of see a little bit where he's coming from. And not poor thing, but that guy is ripped to shreds by it.
He has a rough go of it, and it's like, you know, when
Yeah.
he saves Rhysand in the end of Wings and Ruin,
Yeah,
you know,
I live.
he makes those decisions that, you know, still hurt him too. So
Right.
he's still like capable.
I don't think he's as evil as people make him out.
No.
Because I don't think he's evil.
I don't think he deserves to be called Tampon. That's what I'll say.
No, I think
all
that's
I'll say,
hilarious.
is
I
that,
think
you know,
I think he can live with that.
he can live with that. All right.
I think that's hilarious.
Let's use this man's name when we're insulting him, because even I'm like, ugh, Tamlin.
Ugh. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't like Spooky. He also doesn't let her, like I was saying earlier, he doesn't let her be who she is, and that's scary. So
I want to go to the Starfall Ball that's happening in Colorado in a couple months. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get tickets, but Rachel and I want to go as, you know, Rhysand and Feyre, so like I'll dye my hair and everything for it.
That'd be so
But
slay.
our friend Tay
Yes,
wants
hi, Tay.
me to go as Tamlin, and I'm like, I can't. Don't make me do that, please.
I mean,
I know, but I just don't want to have to do Tamlin.
Right.
Please, for the love of
but
God.
it would kind of give.
It would. I know.
Yeah.
It's tough decisions. Anyway, 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, period. I give them a 5.
Next, we have the best one of the series, I think.
Oh, I mean, they're the moment.
The one,
Yeah.
Feyre and the High Lord of the Night Court,
Period.
Rhysand,
No,
whatever
I
his
live.
last name is.
Yeah,
I don't know yet.
I live for Feyre and Rhysand.
They're such a good couple.
They are face and, if you will.
Faceand.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anybody
I
who
love
says
them.
rice, I'm coming for you.
Not
I'm coming for you.
rice.
Don't say Rhysand. Don't say it.
Yeah, period. No, I live for them. And I think I forgot because I've been saying like, oh, but I'm like and I did kind of pop off saying I'm a Rowaylan stan, which I am. But I think
They're different though.
they are very different. And I think I also like kind of forgot how good they are because I read it so long ago. But I'm in the throes of Mist and Fury right now. Oh, I love them.
They're so good, and I love their whole dynamic kind of going through. You know, Mist and Fury kind of has every trope. It's got enemies to lovers, fated mates, only one bed.
Hot.
It's got it all. It's got, you know,
Paint.
paint. So, oh, okay.
We live.
Honestly, I hope they like took some like antibiotics afterwards or something, because they're gonna get some like infections from all that paint and like UTIs out the
probably
wazoo
true.
from all. For those of you who know the chapter 55, that's just, it's too much paint.
Chapter 55.
Wild.
No, I live for them.
Mhm.
I put down their iconic quote of the To the people who look at the stars and wish Reese clinked his glass against mine. Okay, not me not being able to talk. Reese clinked his glass against mine. To the stars who listen and the dreams that are answered.
That's such.
It's so
a good
beautiful.
One. I've seen sweatshirts and crew necks that like have that same thing. I'm currently wearing a Valaris sweatshirt right now.
In case you were wondering, he is a true stan.
I have merch.
Yeah.
It's not my merch.
Period. But you bought merch.
No, this one was a gift, I think.
Oh.
This one was a gift.
Hi, gift.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's a nice one, yeah.
No, I live for Faysand.
Yeah. Have you haven't read the fan fiction from Rhysand's POV?
No, I haven't.
So for those of you who don't know, there is a fan fiction of Mist and Fury that was just written it's the entire same story, just from Rhysand's
point of view. Midnight Sun.
Is that what it's called?
No. Midnight Sun is Twilight, but from Edward's perspective.
Oh. Yeah, it's pretty much that, except it's not official. All roads lead back to fan fiction, essentially, is what I'm saying.
You guys, yes.
And it's so well written. So it's like very descriptive, very in-depth. I will read that. And yeah, check it out. AO3.
We live for AO3. Period. Yeah, no, I love them. Yeah, and also, as I was saying, he, in regards to Tamlin, he lets her be who she is.
Yes.
And encourages her.
He is not afraid.
No, he's not afraid. And I stan.
And that's actually something that pisses me off about this ship is that people think Rhysand is still evil, like he's manipulating her mind. And I was like, did we read the same book? I'm ready to eat my words, like if that turns out to be true though, but like...
Wait, that's what people think?
People think that he's like, controlling her mind and is secretly like an evil, like, tyrant.
I don't think so.
That's like wild to me. How are you going to have a fun little city with an art shop if you're an evil tyrant? You know what I mean?
Not a fun little city with an art shop.
Dude,
no.
that's what Valaris is. It's literally just, it's San Francisco.
Hi, San Francisco. No, I live. That's crazy. I live. I think they're adorable. And he is precious.
Yeah. I love him.
Period.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They heal together and everything. Next, we have Lucien and Elaine.
Which may be controversial.
Yeah, so...
Aren't they supposedly mates?
They are mates. First thing this man says to her when she gets plopped out of the cauldron bath is, "You're my mate." And poor Elaine, being all doe-eyed, is just like, "Oh?
Oh?
Oh?
Oh, wow.
Excuse me, what the actual fuck are you doing in my house?"
I didn't remember he says that.
No, he says that right off the rip. She falls on out when he's standing there with Tamlin and Hybern.
Like, hi, mate. He's like, how overwhelming.
"Oh, good day, mate." You'd think he was Australian. The quickness he said, "mate."
Oh my god! Wow.
And so
what do you think there? Because let's just talk about the other one too.
Yeah. Okay. So
there's also Azriel.
Azriel and Elaine is the other big one. This is so much contention out there.
Yeah, I know. This is drama.
You haven't read the deleted chapters with...
No, I haven't.
So in Court of Frost and Starlight, I believe, there's a deleted chapter that was taken out for good reason because it's kind of out of character for this conversation between Rhysand and Azriel, where Rhysand's kind of mad at Az for kind of putting the moves on Elaine a little bit and like getting her gifts. He's all like, "You can't do that because we need Lucien and his alliances with the Spring Court for moving forward." And Az is kind of pissed that, like, because we'll get to this next couple, but Nesta and Cassian are mates, Rhysand and Feyre are mates. And so why is he the one left without a sister, essentially? 3 brothers and 3 sisters, but for some reason they're not meant to be together.
Right.
And the reason it was taken out, I think, is because Az was like weirdly possessive about it, like he deserved her, and that's not really in character for him. So I like how it was taken out.
He's our sweet, quiet, tortured boy.
But it does open up my feeling that maybe they should be together if that's like the way you look at it,
I don't know.
He's there for her, helping her on her healing journey, while Lucien is still kind of like, "Hey, girly."
I mean, yeah, I love Lucien. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what it's gonna be.
I'm Lucien and Elaine. I'm 5 out of 10.
Yeah. Are you more?
I'm split down the middle, I think, on this one.
Really?
With Azriel and Elaine, I'm more of a 7 out of 10 of like supporting it because I think that could be following that 3 brothers, 3 sisters analogy.
And I kind of like them for each other because, like, the quiet sister, the quiet guy, that boy, if you will. No, I live. I don't know. Who's to say? I guess just Sarah.
You are
J
right
Maas.
now. We're the experts right now.
Yeah. Okay. No,
we're the ones with the platform.
That's true.
Speak the truth.
Yeah. I think I kind of live for Azriel, but also I don't know. I really don't know.
All right. How about this? You don't have to rank them out of 10, but which one do you want more?
Oh, that's the one I don't know.
Or Azriel and Elaine? Because we're about to get to the next Azriel ship too.
Maybe Lucien, just for there's one for each.
Okay.
Because I don't really know, you guys.
There is more Lucian ships going on, too, just so you know.
I forget.
But any haters, go after her.
You can go after me.
Next, we have Azriel and Gwyn. So, Gwyneth is one of the 3 Valkyries with Nesta.
Oh,
Nesta, Emery, and Gwyn. Yes.
Okay. Let me just say, I just recently read Silver Flames.
Yeah.
So, yes, I recall. I forgot. I was like, Gwyn.
Gwyn was a priestess that Az had saved.
Librarian, right?
Yes.
Hi, Librarian. Okay, maybe I live for them.
And I like this ship a lot. There was a whole week on Instagram called Gwynreel, I think, like that.
Gwynreel.
And it was just fan art of Gwyn and Az together, and my feed couldn't get away with it. And I actually am not a huge fan of this one, simply because
I don't know.
It seems like it would be a betrayal of that trust they have in Azriel. Like if it was all of a sudden we banging now.
Period.
You know,
okay,
I feel like he's saved her and helped her, and like so he has a weird power in the relationship, and like she's just kind of infatuated.
It's kind of more giving platonic besties, you think? Okay.
Yeah, but like I believe that she's down bad for him.
Oh,
but for this, I have a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, and that's kind of valid too, because I feel like they've lived also such different lives, because he has seen so much and she has just been in her own little library that's kind of unfair. That's a weird, like you said, there's a weird dynamic there. Period.
Yes.
Okay, next. Cassian and Nesta.
Your besties.
As an oldest sister, I stan Nesta, and I know that she's a bitch. Okay?
All she had to do was chop that firewood in the first book, and we wouldn't hate her as much as we do the entire series.
You know what? I also don't like being told what to do. So, work, girl. I live. No, I love Nesta. I felt so seen by her. And when people were saying such bad things about her, I'm like, girl, listen. She's been through the ringer. She's the oldest sister, so she can't show that much emotion. Because if you show that much emotion, you feel like you're going to let everybody down. Okay? And so pardon her for being kind of hardened.
Yeah.
Okay? She's going through it. Those 3 sisters, their lives, I feel bad.
They've been through it.
They've been through it. No, I live.
But now they all kind of living it up in the night court. So like, okay.
But what an adjustment, though. And also, like,
from their one little bedroom.
Right. Like, come on. Their whole entire world changes. That's a lot. I live for Nesta.
Nesta's a lot more, I think. You know, I was simping for man and hardcore, but I think, you know, she's too much muscle goth mommy for me.
Okay.
I'll admit that. I'm not man enough. But Nesta's a lot more my speed just because she'd just be mean to me, you know?
Period. No, we live.
I like women that are just mean to me.
She's mean, and as another mean lady, I live. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not mean. Actually, I kind of am. But I live. Not you looking for help. No, I live.
No, blink twice if you need help.
And I also love the, like, mean woman, silly goofball man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Dude, Cassian, you know, he keeps working out. He'll look like me one day, you know? Just
what? Shut up.
One of these days, man. That's actually, I just want to talk about that as a quick little tangent, and then we'll like start speeding on through here because we're running out of some time to get to Crescent City.
I think we're doing great.
In this whole series, like when they're working out, it's like really funny to me that like they're doing planks, and I'm like, you have super strength. You are a high fae.
Those planks will get you.
A 1 minute plank is not gonna matter. and like, Cassian's like, yeah, I can plank 5 minutes. I'm like, bro, I can plank 5 minutes, but you should be able to like bench press cars. What the? Faye was out here bending forks and stuff like that, like accidentally, and like meanwhile, like plank. Like, all right, Nesta's 10,000 steps challenge. Can we just talk about that for a quick second while we're on the topic?
Yes.
How is she gonna? This is something we all think about reading it. How does she go down like 1,000 steps? And it's like, I'm gonna go back up.
I'm gonna go back up,
girl. That's the hard part.
I know. I don't understand.
Once she starts passing there are 10,000 steps total for those of you who don't remember in the House of Wind to get all the way down. So
she's like, because they take her, because that bitch is kind of on a bender, and so they take her up
intervention,
to intervention, and then she can only get down to like her bars and stuff if she goes down 10,000 steps.
And so she just like as a form of therapy starts walking on down. She goes like at a certain point she starts going down like 6,000 steps. Yeah. And it's like I can't go any further. And she's like, girl, you were over halfway. Surely the 6,000 steps up is harder than the 4,000 steps down. Yeah. And that's just my 2 cents there.
I agree.
I'd like
I was
some
like,
clarification as to what's going on there.
Yeah, SJM, let us know about that. We're as famous as
we want answers.
So let us know.
Anyway,
just kidding.
So Nesta and Cassian, I have them at a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree with that.
She was grabbing onto that headboard for dear life.
Yeah, she was.
And
This
You know?
also, this book is wild.
This is kind of, yeah.
I was like, Sarah,
Sarah, oh my
but
God.
was I reading it at work on
No.
the Smut Couch?
Tell me when to stop, all right? Just like,
No,
Cassian, whoa.
Cassian, no, I
When
live.
okay, so this might be a little bit TMI for any non-smutty people out there, but like, I apologize for this. No, like the first time that like they're getting it on or something like that, and like she like goes to like give some gawk. That's the best way that's the best way I can say it. That's the best way I can say it. And then her immediate thought is, I'm gonna rethink my strategy. Cause like she was like, well, that's not happening. There's no way.
Yeah, work. Good for.
And it's just and Siri's recording me right now.
Something else is recording you right now too.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
No, that's crazy.
But it's like that was such a funny scene for me to read. Like I wasn't even like, oh wow, I was just like, girl, hold on. Yeah, actually take in consideration here. That seems like a lot.
Good for both of them. And I also live for him kind of opening her up a little bit. No, I meant her heart.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No.
Okay, I was going to say something else, which was going to sound worse.
Say it now. Now you got to say it.
I was gonna...
You got to say it now. You're going to leave it on he was opening her up.
This is worse. I was going to say he like got inside.
He got inside?
And I met her brain. I met her brain.
Oh no. But you're gonna yell at me for what I just said.
Girl, I didn't mean it.
He opened her up and got inside, guys. That's what he did.
And good for them.
Anyway, we'll end that with being quick off the mark. And next pair we have is wait, what was your ranking for?
9.
9? Okay.
Yeah.
We have Nesta and Eris.
Yeah, I literally said to him when he sent me this list, I said, what are you saying?
It's because they have that really hot dance together, you know? And it's like some people like ship that instead of Cassian.
I don't like it.
I don't either. It's a 3 out of 10 for me.
I'm gonna give that a 1.
Because they're both hot. So I'm like, all right.
High hot, but also no.
Okay. And I kind of like Eris's journey that he's had. Next, we have Lucian and Vasa. Vasa is the mortal queen, if you remember that at all.
Sorry.
He's an emissary for her, and some people ship him with her instead of Elaine.
It'll work. Where do you stand on that?
I'm like a 5 out of 10. Like I could go either way on it. It's not a huge thing. So yeah, that's just one that's there that we have to mention. Next, we have Jurian and Vasa because they're hanging out together as both being humans. Jurian being an eyeball for 1,000 years.
Hi, eyeball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like I said, I'm halfway through, and they just mentioned the eyeball, and I was like, oh yeah, that's weird.
They're once again a 5 out of 10. I'm neither for or against. Now that being said, there is one pair that has all 3 of them together: Lucian, Jurian, and Vasa. That one's a 7 out of 10 for me. Like,
yeah, I'll give that.
I'll always support a threesome.
If you're happy, I live.
You know what?
Period.
Hopefully, just they're all being human form though. Don't turn into a bird.
Yeah, that would be weird.
I don't know. Sarah has written some weird thing. We'll get to the weird shit in Crescent City.
Well, yes.
With Hunt's lightning stuff that he does.
I stand. Okay, anyways.
Helion and Lucian's mom. I can't remember her name right now, but he's allegedly, Lucian's father.
Hi, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, work.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 out of 10.
Okay, 6.
Yeah.
I don't recall, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have Amryn and Varian.
Varian, yeah. He's the summer court guy.
Yes.
That they're into each other and stuff. Like he always buys her jewels and such.
Hi, Jules. I live.
So they're really cute. I have them at an 8 out of 10.
Does. Period. Hi.
Amryn, probably actually a very underrated character because she's so funny. Everything she says, honestly.
I love the girlies.
She eats up every scene. And the way she's just like, Rhysand, you dumb motherfucker.
Period.
Every chance she gets. And they're like, yeah, Amryn, for sure. And then last but certainly not least, we have Mor and Emery.
Yeah.
So Emery is the other member of the trio of Valkyries with Nesta and Gwyn. She is also what are they called? The winged people? Illyrian.
Illyrian, yeah.
She's also an Illyrian. And
I love Mor. So I stand.
Mor, hot.
Hot.
Yeah.
Literally hot.
Hot blonde.
Period. No,
Red dress. Red dress.
Red dress. I stand.
Like we both have the same
period.
Right there.
No, I love Mor. And I love that for her.
They're about a 7 out of 10 just because I'm like not huge fans of both of those characters, really. They were just kind of there. I like them both, but like they also aren't officially like together yet either.
Right. Period. But I mean, if a girly and a girly, I stand. So I'm going to give that an 8.
8 for you?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That concludes our ACOTAR couples for now. Please let us know once again if we missed any.
And also let us know your faves.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Now on to Crescent City.
Okay.
You said something crazy earlier.
Yes. So circling back to the Zootopia fan fiction
Right.
that this is very good.
But I meant you said this is your favorite.
Oh,
that's kind of crazy.
No. It's not my favorite.
Oh.
Mist and Fury is my favorite book. I think the first Crescent City is the best written book.
Okay,
and
period.
like this is the most interesting world to me because it's a modern fantasy stuff. So there's a lot of cool dynamics that happen.
It definitely because I think everyone usually reads this third.
Yes,
and I think it's a shock when you read this one.
Yeah, well,
it's so different.
I think we can all agree the first 5 pages of House of Earth and Blood is word vomit, seizure, stroke quality because you have no idea what's happening. You're just reading like who, where,
There's just a lot
what?
of like info dump moments for the first.
It's 3 characters on the first page, and I'm like,
crazy.
girl, I am not following this.
It's a lot. The world building is a lot too.
But it's a very good world once you get into it.
It is.
So yeah, I think her first Crescent City book is the best paced, most interesting.
Work.
Not my favorite. Mist and Fury is. Meanwhile, that being said, the second Crescent City, I think, is the worst paced, most boring thing.
He does, yeah. And that's why it took me. I was so scared to read it because you kept telling me that.
I was like, well, it's worth it for those of you who know, Crescent City, big spoilers. Those last 2 pages make it worth it.
Yeah,
but like,
I didn't dislike it, or I didn't struggle with it as much as you did.
I didn't struggle. Like I read it, but I was sitting there like 300 pages.
I wasn't
of
as
nothing
mad.
happening.
Okay, I'll say I wasn't as annoyed as you were. I did live. Especially anytime Rune's around. Rune Dannon. That sound. Rune Dannon. Whatever the thing is. Anyways. So should we start with our first one? You remember that sound?
That was a TikTok thing for a while, yeah.
Okay, let's start with the one.
The one.
Bryce and Hunt.
And Hunt, yeah.
I love that.
Mr. Foot Fetish guy.
Well,
yeah,
yes.
He sucks on toes.
Period.
And, you know, this is a fun series simply because she really realized, you know, I can kind of start writing whatever. With some fun stuff here. Like the world of smut became so much more accepting at this point.
Yes. No, I think that's true.
So there's one thing I want to talk about that like really set me back on this couple. And it was Hunt. Sorry if this gets too graphic for some people. My apologies. When he does like a little bit of lightning at the tip of his tongue and does a little bit of zzz on a certain spot on Brett. And I was like, girl, that's just imagine a static shock down there. That's not fun.
That's
Hold on. And
I don't know though, but
she seemed to be into it. Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not going to shame anybody for anything.
I'll shame him for sucking on toes as much as he does.
Oh, well,
that was just a bit too much. Yeah.
Period. No, I love Bryce and Hunt. I think maybe because we don't know yet if they're mates.
They say they're mates, and like that's like official.
But people are still like iffy about it.
I don't think Hunt is endgame. I don't know what it is. Like
really?
I love Bryce so much, but Hunt is kind of like my Kale of this book. Like not as boring. Not at least this guy like is like cool and powerful, but like every time
literally
like, I'm reading, I'm kind of like it's all right.
I live for them. I think maybe because he's a little bit more like I think he's so Cassian coded too.
Yeah,
they're kind of
Jim Bro,
a little copy paste. But I love the goofiness of this book.
He's a little sillier, yeah.
And he's sillier, and they're sillier. Like they're like more silly, flirtier vibes.
It feels more like natural, kind of with their because it's so modern. Like you can have this because I don't usually like contemporary love stories because like it feels too real, which is why with this fantasy element I can be all over it. But demons are attacking, cool.
I love them because I think that I love them for that, but I also can see why it doesn't hold as much weight as like Rowaylan and Faysand. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bryce is one of the more interesting characters for me. Like
I mean he's I
love a redhead.
The tattoo on the forehead.
Oh my, the
wings when he gets his wings.
Oh my god, when he gets his wings cut off. Ooh.
No, I love them. I'm gonna give them a 9.
I'll give them an 8.
Period.
You know, because I also really like them, but that's mostly because I like Bryce a lot more. Next we have Bryce and Connor. Connor was the wolf shifter who, spoiler alert again, gets bodied real quick at the beginning. Right. So then Ethan is left, his brother is left kind of simping after.
Yeah. Wait, is she the one that she was on the date with that she wasn't really living for? No, he was the one who was. Okay,
he was
I recall.
part of Danica's pack.
Yes. No, I remember. I mean,
not have a good time.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sad. I mean, I don't really.
They were a 4 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I'll give that 4.
And next up, just because we mentioned it, you know, it's not written down here, but Bryce and Ethan as well. It's a 2 out of 10 for me. Ethan is just kind of pining after her a little bit. He seems like he's gotten over it, so he's not like a creepy pining, but he's just kind of like regretting that he blew it. any opportunity with her.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah, Ethan. Honestly, Ethan's also another boring part for me of this series.
Okay, and then we have Danica and Baxian.
Baxian was the Hound.
Right.
I think he was the Hound. Yeah. So he's the wolf shifter that works with the Hind and the Hand, I think. No, not the Hand.
Girl,
there are so many like separate names for this one.
But Danica, like we don't see much of her.
They were
honestly,
mates though, yeah.
Like,
but she's Danica's dead, but she is carrying this plot.
No, it's
both
true.
Books. Like once we got to Crescent City 2 and Danica was still like having left breadcrumbs, I was like, girl, you've been dead. Stay dead.
Been dead.
Your bleach blonde hair looking.
Yeah. No, I don't really care, to be honest.
Yeah, this one, this was another thing that kind of frustrated me about Crescent City 2 is that we didn't really have too many villains. Like, she built up a lot of villains in the first book that turned out to just be secretly good guys, like the Hound.
Right.
Spoiler alert, the Hind as well. Like,
yeah.
It was kind of like,
I get what you're saying.
You have like cool opponents to face. They don't have to all be good guys.
Yeah.
So like the fact that it was like, no, we were mates now. I was like, all right, Baxian, come join the crew, I guess. So this was a 5 out of 10 for me.
Period.
And I'm sorry if there are Danica stands out there that are pissed by that.
She's been dead the whole time.
She's been dead the whole time. Yeah. How are there Danica stands?
I don't know.
I think we all hate this bitch at this point. Come on.
Period. Okay, and the next we have Rune and Lydia.
I
live. When they're in their like little like mind world thing, and she's fire and he's that like
night and day, yeah.
Night and day. It is so slay.
I
live.
That was hot.
I live. They're gonna be a 9.
And like there were 9 for me as well, I think. Yeah.
I live.
It was so interesting the way it was done too, where like we all thought, who were your thoughts of who Day was when you were initially reading it?
Well, there was that whole thing with, is it Hypaxia?
Hypaxia, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, maybe she has something to do with it because they had such good chemistry. But I don't think I really had a clue.
I thought Hypaxia or Celestina, like the Archangel.
Yeah.
And then like it was like the Hind was like what I was pretty convinced was what it was based on what they had done with Baxian. I was like, all right, so the Hind's not going to be a bad guy.
Yeah.
But there was that one scene where she was interrupted by, someone else, by a male. And that's when we're like, Celestina is with whatever her husband is now.
Right.
So,
no, I live for them.
Rune and Lydia, the Hind.
live.
I have them at a 9.
They're a 9. I'm so excited to see more of them.
Oh my God. And it's not going to go good for Rune, apparently.
Rune.
What Sarah has said is like, you should be worried, is what she said verbatim.
Sarah.
And we're like, Sarah,
I'm just a simple girl who wants Rune to be happy, okay?
I just want him to cut his hair a little bit. And then,
no, I don't. He can stay exactly how he is.
No, he's looking like Skrillex.
Okay, I'm scared of that. No, I live.
Yeah, shaved head on the side, and then like the rest is like dangling all the way down.
I don't live any other time. I don't live any other time, but I live for him.
Okay.
Period.
Next, we have Celestina and Hypaxia.
Slay.
Queen Witch, Head Archangel.
I stand.
Yeah, they just get discovered in a broom closet.
I was giggling and kicking my feet.
I was like, ooh.
I was like, yes! Period.
This is an 8 out of 10 for me.
I'm going to give them a 9. Maybe a 9.5.
9.5 for that?
I was gagged.
Just because we didn't get enough, I'm not rating it higher because it was literally just that one scene.
But I was living I was so full of glee.
Okay, that's good.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's why it's an 8 for me, because it was like, ooh.
I was so happy. I live.
My only note was like, you really doing this at a party that the Asteria are watching at?
Yeah, that was crazy, girl.
Come on.
I mean,
you're pulling a Tamlin in the broom closet right now.
The moment strikes, I guess.
I guess when the opportunity arises. Yeah.
They're the moment for me.
Fury and Juniper. So
they're
Bryce's
cute.
2 besties.
Yeah.
Assassin Fury and
which one is the one who was so mad? Someone didn't talk to someone for a long time.
Juniper, because Bryce intervened and like used her princess status with her dad to like get Juniper the role.
The role
that she was
ballerina.
Yeah, that the Juniper deserved, but because she took a stand like during like a crisis politically, everyone was like, "No, you get no roles."
I love them. They're cute.
Yeah, they're cute. Yeah,
I'll give them an 8.
Yeah,
cute girls.
8.
I live.
There's just not too much of their relationship that's really shown.
Yeah. I live.
Therion and his fiance.
Oh, he's the mermaid.
He's the mermaid, Mr. Ariel himself.
I live.
He's literally the Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
And just more boring though.
Yeah. I kind of always was expecting more to be happening with him. And
but nothing ever
really
does.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why this book is like kind of drags on, because so many of his POVs, nothing happens the entire time. He's just like
swimming.
Dry land.
Oh,
I like sandwiches.
Where the people are.
He literally does.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
this is a 2 out of 10 because also he doesn't like his. 1 out of 10 actually.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Trash.
I
Okay, and then next we have
Therian in Dryland.
Girl, he would be so happy.
He just wants to flip flop all
Bright
over
young
there.
women sick of swimming, ready to stand.
I like that. That's
Period.
good. 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give him a 7.
Just because once again he's so boring. Nothing ever gets accomplished from him. You know, I actually did a Sarah J Maas drink night with some friends.
Mm-hmm.
My drink was Therian. It was a margarita with like blue carousel in it.
Oh, that's cute.
Swedish fish as a garnish.
That's adorable.
It was not a good drink because I was the last drink to go, so I was a little having
silly?
a good time. Yeah, so it was not put together too well.
Period.
But yeah, you know, I like to think it was a little bit fun.
Yeah. And then we have Cormac and Sophie.
Can
you jog my memory, please?
Sophie was the Thunderbird at the very beginning. We're looking for her brother the entire time. Cormac was the Fey Prince who was betrothed to Bryce, who shows up looking for Sophie.
What are your thoughts there?
I don't like Cormac or Sophie
really
just because this whole entire Sophie plot line. The only moment that I like Cormac is when he eats Rune up by just language warning here.
Mega.
Yeah, when Rune walks out to be like, get out of my house, he just goes, you smell like cunt, because of what he's been doing upstairs, which we'll get to in a second. But I was jaw dropped once again. I'm just, okay, Rooney got you there. All right.
I live for a bitch being read down.
And it was on site, no hesitation.
You gotta give him props for that.
That was the one thing he said to him, then he dipped. And I'm like, that's so fucking funny to me.
I live.
But Cormac and Sophie, 3.
Yeah. I'll give him a 3
They both show up in this book and die in this book. You know, it's...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Rip girls.
And then next, last but certainly
this
not
one made
least,
me giggle that he put this on the list.
Rune Danon and 3 things he knows. Now, those 3 things being, he had smoked so much mirth root that he couldn't feel his face, which was a damn shame because there was currently a female sitting on it. Number 2, he had downed an obscene amount of whiskey because he had no idea what the female's name was or how they'd gotten to his bedroom or how he'd wound up with his tongue between her legs. And then 3, he really fucking loved his life, at least right now. So, Rune and those 3 things he knows, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
That was my favorite part of this book that I can't get enough of. I remember you were sitting on the Smut Couch reading this book, and I was like, oh, what chapter are you on? You were like, what chapter is this? It's chapter 2, right?
Yeah, it's like the beginning.
No, it's chapter 3.
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm starting chapter 3, and I was like, oh, just read that first line for me. And then you just went.
I was like, oh. And then I'm pretty sure I gave you the book and you showed a million people around the room.
I was like, it's because it's such a
so good.
Funny way to start off a chapter.
You ate with that.
And with the character. Rune was eating with that.
And that's on period.
And that's why Cormac said what he smelled like, you know?
And I stand. No, I live for Rune.
That's our last one that we have right there, I think, guys. Once again, let us know your favorite Crescent City ones.
I'm so excited for Crescent City 3.
So this is going to be such a big end game.
I know, considering what happened at the end of the other one, right? Yeah, I live. Period.
Well, all right, guys.
Thank you for coming on this journey with us.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I got. All. Sorry. Whew, just a lot thinking about Crescent City 3 now.
I know. I'm like getting kind of like flustered and discombobulated out of excitement.
We'll definitely do that when it comes out, I think. So tune in.
Period. Also, let us know if you have any like fave books. It can be Sarah J Maas. It can be Dramione. It can be just a book, literally just a book.
Yeah.
If you have anything you want us to like talk about, please let us know.
Please let us know. We're dying to know.
We're open for anything. Period.
Thank you very much. Seeing you guys.
Happy New Year.